How's it, everybody? And a warm welcome to the Web3 show. I'm your host, Philip Kalinko, joined by my friend and co host, Cade Bergman, and together we bring you Freestyle Fridays. This is a very special episode of Freestyle Fridays because it is the last Freestyle Friday. Now, before you get worried, it is not the last weekly show. We will still be carrying on, but we're going to be moving to Saturdays. The same time every single Saturday, 9:30 p.m. CEST on Saturdays instead of Fridays. So today's the last Freestyle Friday. We'll have to think of something cool, maybe like Sizzling Saturdays or something like that, Cade. We got to think about it, my brother.
Yeah, I'm not sure what we're gonna do, bro. Big changes though. Big changes. It's okay though. It's gonna take a couple.
We'll get used to it. Yeah.
Yeah, good. Yeah, good.
A reminder that nothing we say is financial advice. We are not financial advisors. And if you haven't already noticed, the Web3 space is incredibly risky. So always do your own research. In today's show, as always, we're going to be looking at general in the markets. We're going to be looking at the Web3 market, the crypto market, the NFT market, the stock market. We'll then have a look at what's trending. We'll have a look at Bitcoin ordinals are really starting to pump, whether we think they're going to continue pumping or is this just a fad. We're going to be talking about Fewocious's final paint drop at PFP collection, Red Bull coming into the space, Yuga, F1, Ronaldo, lots of big names coming in there. We'll give you a bit of an update on ON1 FORCE. Going to look at some trending collections, including the grapes, as well as Bitcoin ordinal frogs. So lots to look at together. Yeah, Kate, how's your week been, my friend? How are things going?
Dude, week's been really good. Been waking up early as fuck, so sleep has not been terrific, but I've been waking up super early, trading, getting in on the early markets for Forex, because that's where most of the people that I know here in the city trade. So I'm just kind of getting used to all the trading. So I'm like heavy deep into that world because I want to incorporate that into all my streams moving forward. And so I can read charts because people love watching people read charts for some reason. So I'm going to learn all that shit and I'm going to add it to my stream and I'm going to create the best stream of all time. One day I'm going to bring it back. Coffee break is the show. I think it's going to be back. It's
awesome. Awesome, my brother. One day I hope to be a guest on it. A once-off or twice-off guest. I'd love to be there. If you're not already, please can you follow YouTube and Twitter, both Cade and I, the Web3 show on YouTube, at Cade Bergman on YouTube, and all our Twitter details are there as well. Let's get straight into it, Cade. We've got market updates over here. So we've had another incredible week on the stock exchange. We're looking at the S&P 500, the NASDAQ, really been another green week. We've seen a green day today, as you can see from all the green on the charts. We saw the job numbers came out today, and unemployment has risen the most since 2020 in the States in the last 3 years. So, conventional logic for people that don't know the markets would think, okay, hold on, that's going to make it a red day. But the reason that it's green is that it almost forces the Fed's hand to say, look, you're affecting employment now. Because up until this point, the Fed's been saying unemployment is still remaining very strong. And that means that they're going to continue with their policy of tightening. Whereas now people are hoping that this might be a signal, a flashing signal to the Fed to say to them, look, guys, you've got to stop now. This is what's happening. Whether this is the golden bullet alone that can do it, this data, I personally am not sure. There has to be further data and there's lots more coming out that backs it up, but it's definitely a signal that has made the market say, hold on a second, this might be something that forces the Fed to pause with their tightening that they've been doing. And as a result of that, we've seen a rally today on the stock market. We're seeing finance is green across the board here because obviously finance has been the biggest sector that's been affected by the tightening. They've been lending, they had 10-year bonds and 5-year bonds at near zero interest rates. And now interest rates have risen so much that they can't keep up. They still getting 0%, but they're having to lend out the money and give higher interest rates. The health sector also up across the board, but always what we're interested in is technology up across the board. Also, see a slight pullback from NVIDIA, which we spoke about last week. Very big on the AI chips, and they're probably the leading company with regards to the chips inside computers that are required for AI, the GUs, I think they're called. They've gone, has now become a billion-dollar company, and I think there's only 6 or 7 that are on that level. Or maybe $1 trillion, I don't know. But yeah, definitely doing incredibly well. And yeah, a really good market on the stock exchange, which is good to see. If we have a look at Bitcoin, Ethereum, we're seeing green day across the board. Bitcoin's finally above that $26,000 level. We've been sitting so straight, almost like a stable coin on Ether as well. ETH above 1,900. The next couple of days are still very, very critical for both Bitcoin and ETH's short-term trajectory to see where they're going. We were expecting a bit more of a pump with Asia being able to trade. However, that is going to take a few weeks before that actually comes through. So they've started launching these exchanges, but there wasn't that pump that people thought of. But you can see it's been a green market on the crypto side in the last 24 hours. And if we go to our famous bubbles, you can see here on the day, lots of green. The bigger the green, the higher they are. Red means down, and there's very few red. So we can see LIDA has been a big winner on the day. I think this is Pulse, if I'm not mistaken. Injective protocol over here. So we got some really good winners. If we change this to a week view, we're still green, but obviously not as green. We've got our Pepe down 12%. I saw the Dogecoin community saying Pepe is now dead. I don't know that that's true. They might have a frog up their sleeve, but we'll see. Hex has had a really, really terrible week, as has Pulse. So we'll see what happens. But overall, on the week, you can see we're looking good. The ones we notice is like Solana up 10% on the week. We have a look, Bitcoin's up about 2% over here. We've got Ethereum up a similar amount of Bitcoin. So not a bad
I was
week.
looking at ETH. I just pulled up the chart. If you want to, you can pull up the screen if you want. But I was just looking at this chart from Ethereum. We were looking at it this morning to see if there was any kind of potential anything. And right now it's just like all this accumulation, and then we kind of pumped up here a little bit, came back down, and now we're kind of like in this in between where we got to see what it's going to do when it gets to these levels. If it's going to blow past them, if we can get past these things, if we can keep recording those higher lows.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at. If you draw a line from that low to the left,
which low?
So, but a bit more to the left. So with the lowest low there, more.
Oh, the lowest low.
Yeah, there. So no, where you were there. So that red line there, and then you take it to the bottom of so diagonally take it upwards to the bottom. No, you're going the wrong way. The other way.
Straighten out the line. All right. So are you trying to go this way up?
Yeah, but I want to start from the middle one and not from the one that you've started. Yeah. So you're going to start there and then touch the next low that you see, and you'll see that if we there, yeah, and all the way across. No, so all the way to the side. More. There we go. And keep going. Keep that line going. So as long as we stay on top of that line over there, then we're not breaking that short-term resistance.
Right.
So it can go, as it moves across, that line gets higher and higher, right? The amount, as you've drawn it, is perfect. So as long as we don't break through that line, then we can say safely that we're on the short-term upward trajectory.
Right.
If we break through that line and close on a breakthrough, then you draw the line the opposite way from the top, and then you see that you don't drop it. So for now, that is what's called our key level, where we don't want to break through, and that's very short term. You can obviously go all the way back and draw that same line, and that's what they call the 200-week moving average, to get a much better idea of it, because those mean more for the long term trajectory. But as far as short term goes, you've got a very nice line there, and we just want to make sure that we do not break through that line over there.
Yeah. And pretty much we're here where like this could just keep mooning and test these levels here, or it could just keep crashing. Like we kind of just don't know. So it's not for me. Like I wouldn't be confident enough to put a buy or sell in here because I just don't know what it's going to do at these levels. So we pretty much didn't make any moves on crypto.
Yeah. So you'd want to see it hitting that blue line again, and then bouncing off, right? And the more times we hit that line and bounce off, the more established that becomes as a trend line. And the more confident you can be that we're on an upward trajectory. But for now, it's not enough data to make that call at all, but definitely the beginning of an upward trend line in the short term, as we see it.
Yep.
And the same thing goes if you actually want to draw a line from the very top of the top one, where you were, the green line, sort of there, but little bit more to the right, and then take it sideways all the way to the top of where we were today. Then you've got that same thing over there. And then you see we're crossing there. And that's why we're saying the next couple of days are going to be really, really critical because it could go either way.
Right. It really could. It really could.
Yeah. You don't want to drop through the bottom and you don't want to drop through the top. You don't want to, so that depending on which trend line we break will determine the short-term trajectory of the coin.
Yeah, exactly. And it's pretty much impossible to decide what's going to happen. Like you already have all this imbalance here and it already filtered in here. So you're literally about to test these levels. So it's just hella risky right now. We just kind of stayed out of it. But anyways, that's fun, dude. That's fun to talk about. Like it's fun to talk about trading. I'm excited to be able to incorporate that a lot in my streams. I want to have like an hour of trading, 30 minutes of news, crypto, forex, like related to the trading, and then talk about like, I don't know, teach a concept or have a guest on, whatever. Like I'm just really excited to build that show out. And then pretty much like raise up the value in all the streams, like in this stream too, because like we'll have extra things to talk about. And yeah, bro, I'm excited. I'm like excited for like the age of, I feel like the age of streaming is going to be soon for me. And I'm very excited for that because I feel like everything has kind of led to me becoming a guy who can stream and have the skills to be able to stream. And I feel like it all led to that. So I'm just very pumped up right now.
Well, I'm proud of you for learning a new skill. It's always very daunting to learn new things. And I'm proud of you for doing it. This is a complicated thing to learn. And yeah, man, can't wait to see it. I see we got Devin in the chat. So good to see you,
bro.
Devin.
Let's go. That's my man. He's here in Seattle. He's a very good trader. Very, very good trader.
I know. I watched that one stream with him. So he can teach us a few things for sure.
Nice, dude. I'm glad also, Philip, I'm glad you're a fucking trader. I like completely forgot. Well, I didn't forget. Like I know you're a fantastic trader, but I'm even more excited because I'm like, oh fuck, I forgot Philip like digs this shit. Like he's down for it.
I like the stuff. Yeah.
So this is awesome.
I must put a caveat out there. I'm a very, very beginner. Like I've watched a lot of it, but I'm still like very cautious and still learning. But I know a couple of things. I know my head and shoulders. I know the couple of things. I know.
Especially NFTs, bro. You have a finger on the pulse for
NFTs. Yeah,
too.
NFT trading I can know, but that's the same. It's all reading charts and demand and things like that.
Yeah, bro.
All right, let's jump in. Let's see what's trending. This is more NFT specific. So if we have a look over here, we can see in the last 24 hours on Blur, 14 million in volume. Probably about 5 million there if you take out just the 10 top people who are just buying and selling to get points. OpenSea looking at 6.5 million. We went as low as 3.5 million during the week. So definitely looking up in the short term on NFTs in the last couple of days. Even Immutable X, 1.3 million. Looks Rare, over a million. X2Y2, 700,000. So together, if we add that all together and adjust Blur accordingly, we get to about 13, 14 million, which is up from last week when we were looking at about 10, 11 million. So I definitely think it's possible that and just in my opinion, that we've hit a low as far as the NFT volume goes. And I'm hoping that we're going to have a bit more volume coming into the market because it really has been a tough couple of weeks. If we have a look here, the last 7 days, the top sales, again, this could all be just trading or whatever they say, wash trading, who knows. But number one, you've got a 116 ETH or WETH Bored Ape Yacht Club sale. So that's $215,000. He's got his gold crown, he's got his gold gown on, and all the rest of them are crypto punks. So Yuga in the top 10 in the last week as far as trading goes. Yeah, I mean, he really is quite a cool. Yeah, he looks pretty bored. He's got the white fur, which I'm a very big fan on, and is quite rare. My guy also had the white fur. He's got the crown. There's guys who just collect crowns. He's got the gold necklace. He's got the gold gown or shirt. So he really personifies a bored ape, a guy with all the money in the world, nothing better to do than to trade JPEGs. He's really clean. I really like him. So yeah, very cool to see that sale went through. If we have a look, and I like to do the last 7 days, because if we do the last 24 hours, we see a whole lot of rubbish that, let's see what can sustain. Also, we stream once a week. So it's good to see in the last 7 days what's been trending. On top of the leaderboards, we got Bored Apes sitting at 45 ETH floor price. Last week, they were 42. So maybe they've hit their bottom. Who knows? We've got Mutants sitting at 9.6, very similar to last week. We've got Azuki continuing to rise, sitting at 17 Ethereum. Azuki had their Spirit DAO comic drop this week that went really, really well and sold out quite quickly. And if you had a Azuki with a Spirit trait, you were able to claim the comic for free, and that comic gives you further traits on your Azuki. So that was received really well by the community. We've still got Open Pen Edition, Jack Butcher. He's doing really well in the space, and a lot of his collections have been mooning in the last week. We got Nakamito sitting at 0.4. The captains continuing to rise, sitting at 9.4. They were, I think, 7 or 7.5 last week. We got Podgy Penguins consolidating. Remember, last week they were at the high of their launch of the toys. I do think that it's healthy for them to come down slightly. 4.7 is nothing to be ashamed about. They're doing really nicely. We got D-Gods being a stable coin, sitting at that 8.5 ETH every single week that we look at it. We've got Beans, the sub collection to Azuki, sitting at 1.5. We've got Milady Maker sitting at 3.2. Remember, that's the one that Elon Musk tweeted about. Then we've got Bored Ape Kennel Club sitting just under 4. CryptoPunks at 50 ETH. Clone X at 2.7. Doodles at 2.5. Moonbirds at 2. We've got
how is Moonbirds still at 2 ETH? How have they not dropped below 1? They've gotten so much.
They keep going, Cade. They keep going down like 10% a week. They may. I mean, there's a lot of FUD around there, and it just seems like they've given up, the founding team to a large degree, in my opinion. I mean, I don't want to FUD anyone, but I've been negative on Moonbirds.
They got
ever since they did that CCO thing,
and they literally did nothing, bro. They did less than I've done for my holders, and I haven't done that much because I'm not rich. But like the fact that they got so much fucking money, so much money,
was so much promise. There was high rise. There was so much promised, and it just became a dictatorship where unilaterally they said, no, we're no longer doing this. No, it's no longer CCO. No. They did have their platinum nesting come through, and they gave some nice art pieces out, digital art pieces. So finally, the guys who have nested and stayed the whole time did get a bit of value there. But in the end of the day, I think that moon bag, that waste bag should have been a warning sign in the beginning, but I don't want to get into it again. I get a lot of hate mail every time. Less hate mail every week that I speak badly about them, but more and more. So yeah, but definitely started with that CCO thing, just set me off because I was a holder at that stage. And anyone who's been watching for a while saw it. I see we got Janix in the show here.
Yeah. I mean, they made that bag, dude. How much was the mint again? It was expensive.
Wow.
2 ETH?
Yeah, it was a couple of ETH. Yeah.
So 2 ETH times 10,000 plus a few 100,000 in royalties. So you're looking at, so what's 2 ETH? Was it, let's say
say 3,000 just to be conservative. It was more, but say 3,000.
ETH was at 3,000?
It was roundabout. Yeah, it was. It was
3,000 times
pretty good.
2 ETH. So
times 10,000.
Wait, hold on. Why am I doing this?
3,000. So $3,000 times 2 ETH is $6,000.
Yep.
Times 10,000. So that's what, 60 million?
60 million. Whoa, wait. They made 60 million from that.
Yeah.
Just the mint. Plus, so let's just really quickly, will you look at their volume total?
Yeah, so the royalties are going to be harder to know because it's not enforced on chain. So you don't know if they've made it was in the beginning. So it's a 5% creative royalty fee and total volume. Oh my God, hold on. This is OpenSea Pro. I'm not I usually use normal OpenSea.
I'll pull it up.
You check it out. But it's a lot of money. I think you could safely say, and together with their main collection, that they've easily bought in over $100 million.
Yes. Okay. Yes. I would say over 100 million for sure. They also got the VC funding. It's just unbelievable because it's like, bro, if with that kind of money, you can literally do anything and throw shit at the wall, and it will be incredible. With that level of fucking money, something cool had to happen. They had no graphics, no content came out of it, no real events. They fucking canceled the one this year to save money. I'm like, bro, what are you talking about? You have unlimited money.
They wanted to charge their holders
bro,
to attend their conference, if you can imagine that. It's just crazy, just absolutely crazy.
Devin
Then
says
we've got the other side sitting. It's a bit different, but similar, I guess. You've got other deeds sitting at 1 Ethereum and the grapes sitting at zero 0.3. Actually, wanted to talk about this one, the grapes. I mean, that's on the last week, right? So they launched about 2 weeks ago. They cut their collection size from it was supposed to be, I think, a 10,000. They cut it down to a 3,333 because they couldn't sell out. But the interesting thing about this is that they a project by Animoca Brands, and they've got their backing, and we've seen other projects with Animoca's backing do quite well. We've still got Momoverse, another Animoca Brands, pretty much OG collection, sitting at 4 or 5x mint price. So here's a new one that's come out, and it's quite impressive in general. Just the in this market to have an NFT collection that's doing so well. Arguably, they've cut the supply, so people can say that's the reason that it's gone from this zero 0.1 floor all the way up to 0.4 here. So it was 4 times mint price. It's now consolidated around 0.3. One little trick I do like to look at is the when the floor price and the best offer is further than 10% apart, it usually means it's on its way down. So 10% would be 0.3. So it's not there yet, but it's interesting to watch. If this best offer gets lower than 0.26, 0.255, then it's usually going to go down. But only 6% listed, 35% owner ratio. So good to see a collection do that. They've got a really big following on their Twitter, and I jumped onto their website. Again, absolutely nothing is paid for, no paid shills. That was just something that's trending that got my attention. And you can have a look. They're not taking themselves too seriously. But Animoca is really putting their weight here. The founders are guys who have been able to bring what you're seeing on your screen onto phone apps. So Mr. Bean, Who Wants to Be a Millionaire game, Space Invaders, Lara Croft, all these games have been brought onto mobile by these founders. So they definitely have a really good background when it comes to play to earn mobile games. Something like over 500 million downloads between these two founders over here. And it looks pretty cool. Nice to have a project. I mean, I do think that if this was in a bull market, these would be sitting at 4 or 5 Ethereum. Obviously not financial advice. I never buy things in the first couple of weeks unless I intend to flip them immediately. I like to see where it settles in a couple of weeks' time, but definitely an interesting one that caught my attention and I wanted to bring to the viewers' attentions as well.
So I was actually listening to the Nifty Morning Show, Nifty Portal this morning, and they were talking about this, I think, briefly, and they mentioned how Animoca's now behind like a lot of projects, and they're like, yo, at what point does this also become not so cool anymore to be just Animoca? They're like, is there anything special besides Animoca's influence in the brands and their weight on the brands? What do you think about that, Animoca being like too spread out?
Well, I think every partnership like this, where you're getting really good experienced guys on board, is positive for Animoca in general, because these guys, can really assist Animoca and vice versa. If they're all on the same side, and you can, imagine New Ones is doing really, really well. That's one of the partnerships they have, the Sandbox, which is obviously, Animoca's got our ownership in the Sandbox as well. So on the one side, every new partnership brings different people together with different skills that are all working towards the common goal of bringing play to earn gaming on the blockchain into the mainstream. So every project that gets added with notable founders with experience is a positive. On the other side of that, you could say, yes, they're spreading themselves very thin because they're investing in all these projects, but that's what people do as gaming studios. They create all these games, and 1 out of 50 ends up being the next, whatever, Avengers or, best game that everyone wants to play, right? Fortnite or whatever it may be.
Yep.
So, that's part of it. But yeah, I think it's just nice to see a 4x in this market is basically where I'm at with it,
100%.
And I see Devon's got some great questions over here. Devon, what we do is at the end of the show, we're going to answer all your questions, my man. We'll go back and we'll answer it. So we're just going to follow a bit of a format here, but at the end, we've got a Q&A, and I see really interesting questions I can't wait to jump onto at the end. Then I want to start doing this, Cade, because I really think one in the NFT space, and this sort of answers Devin a little bit. It's a hint at answering him, but I think one of the things that we have to look at if you are in NFTs at the moment is Bitcoin ordinals, because there's absolutely no doubt that Bitcoin ordinals has become a thing that you can't ignore. And if anything, it's actually reviving interest in NFTs. And I think it's really interesting. So, what I want to start doing is every week when we look at what's trending, I do want to look at what's trending on ordinals as well. Because I think it's really, really something that's worth looking at. And the biggest one of this week with the biggest jump is Bitcoin frogs. And if we have a look over here, they're sitting at a 0.07 Bitcoin floor,
How much is
right?
that?
So that's substantial. I mean, Bitcoin's sitting at what 20?
29, right?
Yeah, I'll call it 30. So that's about $2,500. It's about one ETH.
Damn.
Back of cigarette pack math, but it's around about one ETH, sitting at a one ETH floor. And mint price was next to nothing, 0.00 something.
And it's
So that's really,
getting easier to use Bitcoin now. I think that's why people are getting excited.
yeah,
Now you can just get a normal wallet and buy it just like anything else. But
100%. I
right,
mean, you can just come onto Magic Eden over here, click on Bitcoin,
yeah,
connect wallet, and then set up one of these wallets over here.
Yep.
Literally as easy as that.
Yep.
Yeah, these are notable wallets. Expo seems to be the biggest one, but any of these three, a few click of the buttons, create your own phase. What's it? Your phrases. So it will give you like your 12 words that you write down. Yeah, and then you get a wallet address, and then you can transfer ETH or whatever currency you want onto your Bitcoin wallet, and you can buy and sell these on Magic Eden. You don't have to worry anymore.
What are the parameters, or not parameters? What are people buying and selling based off? Is everything the same as all the other NFTs, just hype based on Twitter?
Yeah. So it's just basically watching what's trending or not. Obviously, initially, what you were interested in is the early inscriptions on Bitcoin, but we're now close to 10 million inscriptions. I think we passed 10 million inscriptions. So that doesn't matter with any new collection. You're just basically seeing vibes on Discord if they have a Discord vibe, which these guys do. Vibes on Twitter. What was mint price? Is it trending up? What is the activity? Just basically, looking at it as anything would. Is the price going up or down? Speculating and then buying on that. Remember, this is a 10.
Like someone just knocked my door. Let me just go check that.
No problem. This is a 10,000 supply. So to see it at this sort of floor is almost like we used to be on Ethereum NFTs, as far as, mints out 10,000 collection, 10x's from full price. I think this is great. It's good to see. We're starting to see that Bitcoin is bringing us back in a way. And you can have a look here. There's consistent sales. They are slowing down. The last one was an hour ago, then a couple 3 hours ago. But yeah, man, for me, good to see it. It's exciting to see that we've got volume coming back in the space. And if we look at some of these other ones, one that launched recently was Ordinal Heroes, that is literally almost just launched. They're sitting on a 0.007 floor. So that one's one to watch. Obviously, we've got the punks sitting at over 3 Bitcoin. And so on. So I would keep an eye on it. Again, just go to Magic Eden, select Bitcoin over here, and keep an eye. And every week, we're going to be showing you these. For those of you that joined late, just to let you know, from next week onwards, we're going to be starting on Saturdays the same time and not Fridays. We're going to be streaming every Saturday. So, yeah, everything good there, Cade?
Yeah, I was also going to say with the Bitcoin NFTs, they were also talking about this on the Nifty Morning Show and talking about the fact that, there's no established projects yet. So we have not found the Bored Apes. We have not found the D-Gods. We have not found the Pudgy Penguins, guys. So Bitcoin Ordinals is definitely something to check out. I haven't checked it out yet. I'm kind of talking to myself right now because it's true. Like when they said it like that, I was like, wait a second, that's fucking true. Like you could buy something for $300 and accidentally.
But we also haven't found the Bitcoin whatever, the ones that we all thought were going to a million that went to zero. So obviously also be careful on that side, but definitely. And it's brought that same excitement that we had in the beginning back, but we now experience in the space. And literally the only difference is the currency that you're using.
Right.
So we're in a very like sort of beneficial situation where we can take advantage of this. So I have created a wallet, a Bitcoin wallet, and I am now what I've noticed is a lot of the whitelist places like you have AlphaBot and all of those pre-mint, they now starting and different discords, alpha discords, they're getting whitelists for Bitcoin ordinal NFTs now. So you need a wallet in order to register for those, and that seems to be where everything shifted. So I think that the big question becomes: is this a short-term sort of thing, or is it a long-term thing? Is this just the meta at the moment is Bitcoin ordinals, or is Bitcoin ordinals the next best thing?
Yeah.
And we're seeing now one thing that you can do is ordinals can be bridged. You can bridge your Ethereum NFTs to ordinals and vice versa. So in the beginning with ordinals, you couldn't have a smart contract layer. Now you can with the BRC721 token. So it's really interesting. It's interesting to see how quickly this is developing. Like we said, it would,
Yeah. Dude, I'm right now, I'm just kind of scrolling and wow, dude, just because I know that nothing is blown up to the point where we know something is established, it makes me way more interested in looking at some of this cartoon art and shit like this. Like I'm looking at these like Bitcoin maxis, floors 0.00083 Bitcoin. I don't know what that is, but I'm just looking at these. I'm like, these are so cool and like they're so cheap that like it makes you just want to like fucking throw a little bit of money and just say like, man, these are cute, bro. Like look at these Bitcoin bears. These are hella cute. What is 0.00?
Those are doing well. Oh, that's a different. So that's a derivative of the other Bitcoin base. So that's good to see. Okay,
well, $150, bro. These are like $100. These are like the kind of NFTs I like to scour on the floor and kind of just take a gamble on.
It's worth doing, bro. It really is. You just need one of them to become the Doge pound of Bitcoin or whatever, and 10x, 15x, 20x. I mean, they're definitely pumping at the moment for sure.
So oh shit, Nouns glasses, bro. They got good traits. Oh shit. Let's go Bitcoin NFTs. Goddamn, these are fire. I think I'm gonna, bro, I might buy some of these, bro. These are sick.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's interesting. And what we're seeing now is you can now, so if you have your NFTs on Ethereum, you can move those existing NFTs over to Bitcoin. So I don't know if that's good or bad, because is that going to make the whole market saturated because now all our Ethereum NFTs are going to come over? Or is it going to be great to see some OG collections on there? I mean, we already saw guys like D-Gods, Frank was early to get some earlier inscriptions.
That was a good move.
But yeah, I mean, it's going to be, if you're an Ethereum project it's going to be a hard decision. Do you stay on ETH and stay loyal? Do you move over to Bitcoin, but then it all changes and it's not the meta anymore and you look like an idiot because you used to have the ETH support, but you've lost that? I mean, it's going to be interesting to see. But the mere fact that you can now move these over is quite incredible.
It is very interesting. I don't know how much that's going to matter. I can't tell. I don't know if that's something I would care about until other people made me feel like I need to care about it. Like I don't.
But I mean, if you had a 10,000 collection with the community, you got to be very careful. You don't want to upset that community. We spoke about it with Frank from D-Gods. I mean, he's managed to pull it off to some degree without completely losing his support. He's actually done really well. But I mean, that's rare. I think in the most part, he ran a huge risk there of upsetting his core base on Solana, and also never being accepted by ETH. However, he was accepted by ETH and Solana's forgiven him. So it's interesting to see it.
Yeah, definitely.
And just keeping with it, we're seeing that, Ordinals is definitely seeming to be like it's going to be the place for NFTs. Even when they just came out, Cade, I don't know if you remember, and you said to me, Philip, would you rather have a CryptoPunk on ETH or would you rather have one on Bitcoin? And I said to you, I don't know. I think possibly on Bitcoin. And you said, am I mad? Right? And I said to you, but hold on. Bitcoin is the OG. Bitcoin is the crypto. That's why we all here. Bitcoin was the first cryptocurrency. It is the only one that cannot be classified as a security down the road. So it's got very little risk. And you got your Bitcoin maxis now who really always hated Ethereum NFTs because they felt like they were sort of like a rip-off and they don't want to have anything to do with Ether or Solana or any of those. So, and now they've come to Bitcoin. And in the end of the day, you've got a huge support base on the OG cryptocurrency. And I'm feeling excited again, man. There's a bit of blood pumping through my veins here. So are we going to see Bitcoin become the NFT platform? We know they've already overtaken Solana as far as volume goes. Are they going to ever overtake Ethereum? That is the question. And it's going to be one that I'm watching closely. I don't know what you think.
Yeah, this was hard, bro. Like, it seems like everyone's adopting it. I mean, I've heard a lot of chat about Ordinals, and it like pretty much, yeah, that was tough. It sort of just depends on how many people. I think if people scroll, they'll get interested. Like right now, I'm interested in buying some of these. And I just scrolled a little bit just because I know that these are actually.
I think it's important. They shit coins at the moment. What you're looking at is important just to say for everyone, right? You're taking a gamble.
Were those Bitcoin maxis? Were those also a like is 3.7 total volume good for that? Like I don't know what's good for volume. You know, like is this good for volume?
So, you're just going to convert it back, right? You got to get used to converting it back, and so it doesn't sound like a huge amount to me. 3.7 Bitcoin is $100,000. So what's that? 50 ETH volume.
50 ETH in volume. That's
yeah,
decent, I guess. Okay.
I mean, when were they launched? You know,
I just like this one.
It must have been pretty recent when they were launched. I mean, I typically usually used to wait for 1,000 ETH in volume before short to medium term investing, not trading like to flip, but to hold on to for a couple of weeks. I would wait for 1,000 ETH. So what's that? About 20 times where it is at the moment, maybe 50, 60 Bitcoin. That's when I used to buy in and hold if there was still good volume. But yeah, man, I'm watching this closely. I want to see whether this becomes the future of NFTs. You know, I like the fact that it's on Bitcoin. I like the fact that it's a Satoshi. But with that said, even with 10 million inscriptions, that's only equivalent to one Bitcoin because a Satoshi is 100 millionth of a Bitcoin. So it's not like the Bitcoin amount, the Satoshi itself holds any real value. I mean, all 10 million inscriptions doesn't equal or just equals one Bitcoin in total. Just so that you're aware. So, I mean, it's not a huge amount. Got Janix saying, yeah, why is it called Ordinals and not NFTs? Janix, I think like most people were saying, NFTs has got a negative stigma and maybe they just wanted to move away from that. And that's what it's become called. That would be my guess, but I don't know for a fact. I don't know about you, Cade. Any ideas?
I do not know, dude. I never even thought to ask that question. It's a good question. Let me see if I can find that.
And then we got Janix also saying, yeah, something about on older Satoshis, those being rarer. I have heard that. I've also heard that there's negative Satoshis somehow, negative inscriptions, which might, so minus in front of it. So instead of it being 10 million inscribed, it's minus 1,000, where something went wrong for a bit, and those are up to 60,000. So that might be a bit of a interesting collectible one day, but it might not be. I mean, this is all speculation, and just because something's got some historical significance does not mean that it necessarily is going to hold value. Right. And I think that that's important to realize as well. But we definitely see new blood. We're seeing Bitcoin guys coming into the space, trading these, enjoying it, finally being included in NFTs without feeling like they're cheating on Bitcoin. So it's good to see. It's definitely good for the space overall.
It is. Sorry, hold on. Let me. I gotta. Hold on. I don't know if I can answer this call.
You can mute. I'll remove you.
I just don't. I don't think I can answer that call without. Here, let me mute myself real quick. All right.
So we've got Cade. I hope it's his girlfriend speaking. You know, I really want to find Cade a nice Mrs. Cade. I think it will do him really, really well. So it better be a potential girlfriend or something talking. If we've lost all of you on spaces, let's hope that it's worth it. Um, all right, we're going to have a look here. So just a reminder, guys, this is the Web3 show. We stream every single week. Once a week, we are moving the show to Saturdays from next week. It's not going to be Friday. It's going to be Saturday, but the same time, 9:30 p.m. CEST. We cover all the latest weekly NFT and Web3 news. We stream live to Twitter, Facebook, Twitch, LinkedIn, many different platforms. So wherever you're joining us from, a warm welcome. We're glad to have you. Yeah, let's see what we got here. Devin, let's try answer one of your questions while we wait for Cade, because I don't want to lose anything. So what is the overall view of NFTs you guys have? So I should answer this with Cade here, because Cade is a little bit more bullish than I am currently. So, initially I was like, NFTs are the future. I'm at the stage for the last year where I've consistently said that blockchain is the future for sure. And the technology that allows us to do an NFT is the future. There's no doubt in my mind. Do I think that pictures on the blockchain are the future? No. I think that there'll always be historical significance to certain collections, like CryptoPunks, Bored Apes, in my opinion, will always have that sort of significance. But in the end of the day, I don't think that every NFT is just going to be considered valuable because it's an NFT on the blockchain. We passed that novelty stage. What we are seeing is the collections that are actually giving in real life value. So the NFT collections that are giving in real life value, like Gary V's con, right? He's got an NFT collection. If you own his NFTs, you get certain perks, certain benefits. When he launched his toy line, if you had that particular trait, you could get those toys for free. He gave me free trading cards that you see behind me when I minted the Series 2, and so on and so forth. You're getting value. So if you believe in someone like a Gary Vee and you buy his NFT, that works because he's already got a brand and he's creating value. So it's not just the NFT itself that's doing it. And we're seeing that now with Pudgy Penguins. They're delivering IP, they're creating a brand that will have values, and Doodles also long term is doing the same thing. But the days of, it's an NFT and that's got a novelty that makes that alone give it value are gone, in my opinion. There needs to be more, which is a more mature thing. It can't just be, we're special because we're an NFT. Those days are gone. What do you think, eh?
I agree.
Cool. That's yeah. That's not usually how it goes. All right, Laka. Let's move on. Yeah. All right. So a bit of an update on ON1 FORCE. We spoke about them about 3 or 4 weeks ago. And they were sitting at 0.4, 0.5 ETH. They announced this partnership that was so bullish, and no one really moved. And I said that I thought, I said specifically that I really thought that people would realize that it will move. It's since gone up all the way to 2 ETH. It's now retracted back down to 1.5. And they continue to bring out some bullish announcements. The latest announcement is not massive. They made it sound a bit more massive than it is, which always for me, I don't really like when it's done. But they basically said we're happy to welcome Theia 3D onto the ON1 FORCE comeback tour. They will help expand our IP in the metaverse with ON1 FORCE World in Fortnite Creative 2, where we're dropping. So again, Theia, anyone can approach them, pay them, and ask them to help you build a game on the metaverse. So it's not like really that we joining forces with. It's more like we've hired the services of, which is good. They're spending money developing this. But again, they make it. I don't like it when people make it sound like more than it is. But not the end of the world. But I'm just saying. And then they're also saying starting with Fortnite Creative 2, which basically they're going to create a world inside of Fortnite, right, which anyone can do. It's not like Fortnite players are going to be able to buy these NFTs. Could it potentially lead to that? Very small chance it can. But to me, this seems like an announcement for the sake of an announcement. If you really break it down, there's nothing here that any of us couldn't do. Honestly, I mean, I could do the same thing. I could pay Theia, ask them to start developing a game, and start creating a Fortnite with your own login for my world on Fortnite Creative over 2. So just wanted to explain this announcement. I don't like it when announcements are made out to be bigger than they are, like, oh, we partnering with Fortnite and Theta. That's not what's happening here. But I'm still very, very bullish on them. They're one of those comeback stories. They really have turned around. They've got some great partnerships now. And long term, I think they're one of the ones that I'm watching very, very closely for sure.
Metaverse is another project similar that is also like I'm hearing rumbles of people are like talking about them making a comeback. As far as this announcement, what about this announcement strikes you as them trying to make it more than it is? For me, it just looks like an informative announcement.
If you don't know what I've just told you, which most people don't, it seems very much different to what it is. So if you don't know what Theta is, just the little explanation I gave you. So we're happy to welcome Theta to the ON1 FORCE comeback tour, as if they now are a partner. They've either invested, they're making it sound like Theta has invested in ON1 FORCE, or they've joined companies in some way, a merger. Which is not. It's just I'm hiring the services of Theta. Yeah. It's like me. Okay, that's the one thing. And the second thing is that I don't know, Fortnite Creative 2.0. That is what it's called, but it almost makes it seem also like there's a collab with Fortnite to a certain degree when read in its entirety. So there's nothing blatantly bad here or incorrect, but I'm just saying the average Joe would look at this as being a lot more bullish than what it actually is. Yes, it's a positive announcement, but I think they've intentionally tried to wrap it up as a little bit more than what it actually is.
Got it.
So it's bullish that they're expanding into a Fortnite. They're going to create their own Fortnite metaverse. Great, amazing. And they're using Theta Engine. Amazing. That's sort of, they've wrapped it up a little bit. I don't know. You could argue, Cade, that every single advert you ever see by any big brand is exactly that, right? Maybe it's just good marketing. I don't know. I find it deceptive a little bit. But again, I'm still bullish on them. But I just wanted to explain that so that the average viewer can understand what that announcement was. And also because I brought it to the attention, I've had a lot of comments on that video from about a month ago of guys saying, I listened to you, it's now 1.2. A guy 2 days ago said, did you see it went to 2? And, so guys really were happy that I brought it to their attention. So I just want to also, when I'm not 100% so glad, also just bring it to their attention,
Got it. Makes sense.
Yeah. Then another big guy in the space. I mean, we all know. Fortunately, the art meta seems to, for now, and I don't think forever. We know that the NFT space, there's different trends, and that's what a meta is. And art was a big meta during the the bear market, but we have seen it drop down. So I've seen even in the last 24 hours, the sales on art blocks have been dismal. There was 1 or 2 squiggles. There's like barely any art blocks projects are getting traction at the moment. Whereas, a couple of months ago, even in the bear market, we were seeing huge volume on art projects. We're still seeing Jack Butcher's art projects doing really well. So one of the biggest artists in the NFT space is Fewocious. And Fewocious is a young person in the space who's really come out and done some incredible things. And finally, his paint collection, which has been sitting there for a long time with people collecting and waiting, he's made this announcement. I've had to put off the sound just for copyright reasons, but basically there's going to be a PFP coming out, and depending on how much paint you own will determine how cool is that. I mean, he's a great artist. Depending on how much paint you own will determine the rarity of your NFT. Wow. And we've seen some incredibly massive sales on some big paint parcels. But I mean, he really is incredibly gifted. Anyone in the space, I love this art. I mean, have you seen anything like this?
Oh, that's pretty cool. I actually fuck with that. That's very that's a cool advert. I really like that. 20,000. Yeah, so people are gonna be able to get into this. I assume it won't be that expensive to mint.
Yeah, but you're gonna need to have your paint. So you must buy your paint on OpenSea if you want to get involved in it.
How much are they?
And they've gone up recently. I'm going to take you to it now. I'm hoping this will take it. Otherwise, I'll go through OpenSea. But I imagine that they're about 0.3, 0.4 last I checked, but I don't know exactly.
Jesus.
And that's for the entry level. That's for just one.
Does that get you whitelist?
Yes, so you'll be able to burn that paint for
Got it.
PFP.
That's cool.
And again, so some of the paints are one paint, those are the entry levels, but then you also get ones that are 2 paints, 10 paints in one NFT. And those will be rarer. And I think you'll be able, if you have, let's say, 10 one paint drops, I imagine you'll be able to burn 10 for a rarer NFT instead of burn 10 for 10 NFTs. I would imagine, but I do stand to be corrected over there. I'm trying to see here, buy paint. There we go. That's where I saw it.
Nifty
Okay, it's
Gateway.
taking us to Nifty Gateway. Yeah, it's interesting. I've seen for the art world, Nifty Gateway is the go-to place. They remember that they're enforcing artist royalties. So OpenSea has lost a lot of artists to Nifty Gateway when they stopped enforcing.
Bro, $1,000 floor price.
So what's that? Half and either a bit over, so 0.6.
Wow.
So yeah, they've almost 2x'd since.
I would love to get
since
into that avatar project, but I'm definitely gonna wait a long time to get in because this is gonna obviously do well, probably well in the short term too. But like for me, I'm just trying to be a holder for projects and people that I think are cool. I don't really care. Like I don't need to get in today. Like even like VFriend Series 2. It's not like they're that expensive. That's like 0.1 or 0.2 ETH. But I'm not in a particular. I don't need to be in today. Like there's like almost no benefit to being in any community on a certain day. Like there's almost no reason nowadays. It's like if you like them, then just wait. Like they'll come down at some point. And I don't really care for the
especially
paint.
now.
At some point,
Especially now, it's the height of where it's been in the last year since they launched. So I agree with you 100%. You can even wait for people to burn this for this to become a PFP collection. Wait a couple of months and then buy the PFP. But it's definitely one that I vibe with. The actual art of it, and I like Pharaoh and I like his story. And I mean, it reminds me of like a Monet or something, like a really famous artist, but a digital one. It really is cool.
What's Fewocious' story again? Cool. Can you give us like an elevator pitch on him?
He's young. I think he's about 16. I don't think he goes by the pseudonym he, to be honest. So I don't really know the correct way to address him. So I'm sorry for how I'm doing it. But a young guy in a troubled, abusive family life that has been able to free himself through that with his success with digital art, and has really been embraced by Web3 and the NFT community for the last 2.5-3 years. So that's a elevator pitch on his background.
Nice, thanks.
Yeah, but my apologies for using the wrong pronouns. I'm not good with that at all. I need to get better, and I do understand. But yeah, so yeah, definitely interesting. But are you seeing a lot more mention of Nifty Gateway? Are you noticing that all these art projects are moving onto Nifty Gateway?
I did not notice that until you mentioned it.
Yeah. So they're doing that because of the royalties. Hey? That's the reason. I see we finally got Crypto Dream in the space. Hey. What did he say? Why are you late? What's the excuse?
Yeah.
Okay, that's a good excuse in a comic book store.
Okay.
I mean, that's what you want. Yeah, we collectors. So that's good
Crypto
to hear.
Dream.
I've got something in the background that's new. I don't know if you noticed when I remove Cade. I'm gonna have to remove him again. Sorry, Cade. But look behind me. I've got the Lego guy. Ooh, it's always the wrong way. I got the Lego guy instead of the globe of the world. It's a proper official Lego guy head, a storage box that I got. What do you think, Cade?
That's very cool.
I like him as well. That's the only thing I don't like about streaming with Cade is you don't get to see my entire amazing background. Because I mean, come on, that's really I got the Coca-Cola thing up there. It's looking good. It's the only thing, and I love having Cade. I'm more joking than anything else, but how's that background? Looking good, hey?
That is a really, really cool background. That means because your studio is so nice, you should be recording 1 or 2 videos a month. That way people can see the whole studio.
Yeah, okay.
Like a couple of dedicated
I've got to see, lots going on. No, I want to. Look, I might start covering some Bitcoin projects, eh? I'm feeling like I used to feel about ETH NFTs. Like I think there's opportunity. I stopped covering the upcoming mints on Ethereum because I felt like I had a lot of viewers at that stage and I didn't want to mislead them. And I would get so excited. Look, this guy's, got 10 Emmy awards and whatever, and it wouldn't even mint out. And but here we're starting to see that volume again on the Bitcoin side. That I'm starting to say that's going to do well, and I'm being right that it's going to do well, and I know it's going to do well. And if I can consistently do that, obviously not financial advice, but I would be happy to do a upcoming mints, my own show like I used to, upcoming hyped mints and things like that. So we'll see. But yeah, there hasn't been much to do at the moment. But with Bitcoin, it's exciting. It's no, thank you, Devin. I like my background. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, Cade, my brother. Next story, we're going to move on to The Other Side by Yuga. So they've just come with a small announcement. We're not going to spend too much time on it. They've definitely been quiet lately, as is reflected very, very clearly by their floor price. And we do see that with Yuga. There tends to be a flurry of announcements. Everything pumps for a couple of weeks, sometimes months, and then they go quiet for a couple of months while they're building. So the first tweet in almost a month is that from the Other Side account is the other deed expanded is your game board, but look to the skies where the constellations align to provide a vision of the future. While the ancient coders take center stage in the legend of Mara, allies will aid in the battle to defend Other Side against Shattered. And we're going to look closely at this picture, but before we do, I just want to read the thread. It's not too long. So you won't be going into battle alone, Voyagers. Other Side will be announcing allies both with other Yuga PFP collections and with a select group of third-party PFP collections to enlist reinforcements into the Legends of Mara battle. Owning one of these battle ally NFTs creates more ways to vanquish the Shattered and gather their treasures. A low-tier environment with limited hunter slots could gain a strategic upper hand in fighting the Shattered, possibly leading to a better spot on the leaderboard. This info, along with previously other info, can always be found on their official site. This is the last tweet, so don't click on anything that you don't recognize. So if we have a look here at this picture, it's quite interesting. I always like these sort of like having to figure them out. You've got your coda in the center over here, and in the center of the world, and then you've definitely got the Legends of Mara happening over here. You've got that M over there. Got something happening there with burning and firing, and you've got the number 2. So that's next is that. So they're telling you number 1 is here, number 2 is there, number 3 is there, number 4 is I think this, and number 5 is the inner circle over there. So yeah, man, I'm sure there's guys with a lot of opinions. I don't know if you guys see anything that I don't.
I'm like kind of checking it out. I don't see too much else. I think that's it, dude.
Yeah, man. I mean,
did anyone break it down on Twitter? Like any Twitter threads that kind of like
there were one or two. I didn't want to spend too much time on it because it's really vague and everyone's just guessing, and I don't want anyone to sort of like think. But basically, that your other deed is a game, and it's a game board that's being expanded. And when used in conjunction with different PFPs, and obviously the Yuga PFPs will give it more value, but other PFPs as well will give it some value. All of that will come into play in the Legends of Mara, where some other communities will also be welcome. But the biggest thing out of this is that the spotlight is on the coders, and that we're not going to be fighting alone. It's going to be groups. So it's not just Philip with his single NFT, but it's going to be groups of coders and different, so maybe there's 12 months, there's 12 constellations. Maybe there's going to be 12 different teams that you can join depending on your PFP. Right, and maybe that's what the 5 refers to in that thing, is that if you own these PFPs, you'll be in number 1, and the other 7 they haven't announced yet, that could be the other collections that we don't know, and those will be maybe the 12, and maybe that's where the constellations come into it. That seems to be one of the themes that they're thinking, but no one really knows for sure. I mean, it's Yuga. That's how they do things, is they get guys like us to talk about it,
Speaking of confusing things, well, actually, before I say that, guys, if you're in spaces, appreciate y'all. If you guys are enjoying the show, also, we're doing this show on Saturdays now. I know he said it earlier, but we're doing the show on Saturdays from here on, same time, I think. And if you're in spaces, hit that retweet button, bottom right corner. If you want to show support, we appreciate all likes and retweets. If you're on YouTube or LinkedIn or wherever you're at, hit that like button, subscribe, follow, do all the things. We're bringing all that content. And also to answer Janx's question from 20 minutes ago, what is an ordinal? Why is it called a Bitcoin ordinal? Google says the numbering scheme relies on the order the Satoshis are mined, And while the transfer scheme relies on the order of transaction inputs and outputs, hence the name Ordinals, and the first Satoshi on the first block has ordinal number 0. The second one has ordinal number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5. So that's the reason it's called Ordinals. So not that interesting, honestly, at all. But I just Googled it.
Almost like it's the order of what they done. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Incredible. Really,
Morning,
really cool.
okay. I see you in YouTube squat in the YouTube chat. Appreciate you, bro.
Yeah, always good to see. Alrighty, let's do over here. So a very big name. I mean, Red Bull has come out now, and they're going to be coming into the NFT space. They are collabing with Burnt Toast, who just happens to be the artist of Doodles. So it's not an official Red Bull Doodle collaboration. It's Red Bull hiring the artist from Doodle, Burnt Toast, to help them with a collection. So yeah, Red Bull did some marketing over here and using NFTs for that. So every time people are saying Web3 is dead, NFTs are dead, I just don't understand why Starbucks would do what they're doing, why BMW would do what they're doing, why Merck would do what they're doing, why Red Bull would take the time to do what they're doing, and create this NFT collection, which they're also going to be dropping, interestingly enough, on Nifty Gateway. Again, all these art projects are coming out on Nifty Gateway, because Nifty Gateway is now taking all of OpenSea's art guys from them, because OpenSea isn't enforcing royalties anymore. So yeah, I want to show you this collection. But Red Bull, you're launching an NFT collection from their official Red Bull account, 2 million followers. The pinned tweet is that we got congratulations to Italian artists on winning the Red Bull Doodle art project. So remember with Porsche, we said that it's such a pity. They made a separate account from their real Porsche account. They were embarrassed to be doing NFTs. Here we're seeing Red Bull completely embracing it. On their main account, the pinned tweet, for those who aren't watching visually, I'll just tell you, the pinned tweet is Doodles, is their NFT collection. Their second tweet is Doodles. The third tweet is Doodles. The fourth tweet is Doodles. Like, this is all that is going on at the moment on their...
This is just Twitter, so Web3 native platform almost. Let's see if they're on Instagram, if they're doing the same thing, just real quick. If you want to share Instagram right now. So 17.6 million. Let's see if there's anything related to... Oh, shit.
There we go. I see one.
Bro, on their main account, the Doodle Party, let's see. Interesting. So not even that much to do with NFTs, but just a little bit of good exposure. Just so people get the that's very cool that they're posting it here on the main account though. Fuck yeah.
And this is also their main Twitter accounts. I mean,
yeah, bro.
I think this is I definitely, compared to Porsche, this is incredible. They've also got it linked on, if we go back here, this was linked on their account from redbull.com, their official website. They've got a whole section dedicated to it. Speaking about Burnt Toast, get to know Red Bull Doodle art, Burnt Toast, doing some graffiti in the background, a whole write-up on him. So yeah, they're going full force into it, and I love to see it, man. I think it's great. I think huge companies like this wanting to be a part of Web3 is always bullish, in my opinion.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I'm down for that. Very, very cool. Just expanding the brand.
See the floor price over here. I mean, it's worth getting into, bro. It's a huge collection, just by the way. But I mean, $3 on Nifty Gateway at the moment of a floor price.
How many is there?
There's so far 13,000. It's an open edition. I don't know. I think the first Red Bull NFT. You know, there's collectors. $3. Yeah, it's an open edition, so all of them look the same, right?
Bro, we definitely need to buy those. We need to buy a few.
I think so, bro. I think so.
Can we just buy that right now?
I mean, yeah, I've never bought on Nifty Gateway. Have you?
I've never used Nifty.
All right, let's try. I mean, sign in. Don't ask for my email address. Oh, connect.
You always have to do that.
No rubbish, man. I don't want my email address. I'm connecting my wallet.
Can you just do that? Can you just connect your wallet?
Yeah, I am. Everyone close your eyes so you don't see my password.
There's nobody look. Password is Bored Apes.
I told you not to say anything. But see, I got Pocket Universe, which protects me. Okay, I'm signing in. Pocket Universe says it's okay. the wallet's not connected to an NFT Gateway account. So I have to sign up, okay? Have you ever bought anything on NFT Gateway?
I don't believe so. I'm gonna try this right now and see if this works. I just connected my
Well,
wallet. I didn't sign
I'm
in.
signing up.
Now it's asking me to sign in and do an email. Yep. Fine.
Okay, well, nothing, you know, I'm not hiding. Everyone knows my name and surname and email address. So let's do that. I'm not a robot. Crosswalks. There's some cross. I hate when they disappear. I mean, they just keep. I hate these things, bro. All right, sign up. Signing up.
Or maybe I have signed
Okay.
in before.
Oh,
Oh,
thanks, bro. After I'm doing all this stuff, the email address is already registered. Then I forgot my password.
oh, so you already have two.
Yeah, let's just guess. Try to sign in.
Before?
I must have, bro. Verification
I'm talking to the chat, bro. I'm trying to see if anyone can help us.
Okay, they've sent me a verification code to my email. So now I need to do that. Let me stop sharing my screen a bit. Okay, talk to us a bit while I try to get this, and then I'll buy one for both of us.
Bro, I'm doing the exact same thing as you.
Well, why are you doing that? Who's going to run the show if we're both doing the same thing?
Devin, bro. Devin or Janix, when do y'all come in? Oh wait, I think I got in. Yeah,
okay,
I'm
closing my email.
You want to share your screen? Do you want to share my screen?
Yeah, I just want to close this email because it takes a lot of resources on my computer. Just doing a task manager because it takes a while to open.
What am I calling? What am I typing in Red Bull?
And task. Let's see if that works. Actually, I've got it as well. Let's see here. I've got it as well. We can each buy our own verification code. Submit. I really don't want it to download those. Oh man, enable two-factor rubbish.
No, hit skip. You can skip it.
I did skip it. Okay, let me share my screen again.
Should be in. We got it, boys and girls. We're in.
Okay, I think
we're about to mint
cool,
baby.
I
mean, gets faster. Hey, Devin, I got there first, baby. But I don't know where the NFT is. I don't know what it's called.
Yeah, I'm buying on the marketplace. Red Bull burnt toast. All right. So I must have used it before. Make an offer, or how do I just buy it? Make it so confusing, bro.
Hold on. Are any of these on sale?
There has to be some listed. There's 13,000.
I went to on sale, $50, $30. Let me sort this by lowest.
Let's share your screen because you seem to be doing better than me.
Let's see. I just hit lowest price and now it's fucking all right, $3.81. Oh, they're not, dude. They're all different. These aren't all. Okay. Ooh, I'm definitely buying this.
So they've got a couple of open editions.
No, there's a
bunch. What's the cheapest? Huh? Minimum $1.
Can I not just use my ETH address? I can't use
$5.
You can't buy on ETH. Oh, okay. Whatever. I don't even know which card.
By lowest price. I'm buying the lowest. Because you know, there's guys who just collect Red Bull stuff. Do you know that? Okay. I mean, so this is one day when they realize what an NFT is. Hold on, I want to show my screen. Okay, so I don't love that one at 381. I like this one at 381.
Are you able to buy on anything other than like why is it making me? It's like it won't even allow me to use Ethereum. I'm like, what do you mean I can't use Ethereum? Like,
I like this one also. Which was the one on their Instagram? Just go back and check. I want to try buy. If that's one of these floor ones, go back to that Instagram. I'm showing your screen now. I'd love to see what that picture on their Instagram was, and I'd like to see if that's one of the floor ones because I think that would be a good one to just hold. Yeah, let's see that. Okay, no, I don't see that on the floor. Keep it on your screen. I'm looking. No, so obviously I'm not the only one with that thought. Okay, but there are quite a few here. So let me just try buy one. You saying it won't let you need to put credit card details in?
It's just like nothing is an option. Let's see.
Okay, on my side, I like this one. It's $3.90. Buy now for $3.90. Check out.
Oh, that's the one I'm buying right now.
Change that to
Philip, that's the one I just bought.
ETH.
Philip,
It says coming soon. Yes.
don't click buy. It's already bought. That's the
What do you
same one I
mean?
just bought, but it's already
How
done.
did you buy it?
Because I bought it right before you clicked buy. I was like already.
Okay, but I'm saying, did you do it with dollars or with
Yeah,
ETH?
I hit the wrong button. All I have to do is type in my credit card CVV, and so that's all I did. But I just
Okay,
bought
so
that
is this
exact
one
same.
no longer for sale?
No, it shouldn't be. I mean, I just bought it unless there's another one
Unless
just
there's
like
more
it.
than one. Let's see.
Hmm?
Okay, I might need your help in buying me another one then, okay? Because I don't have my credit card details in here. I've never bought on here before.
Oh, okay. I have my cards like loaded in on this thing, I guess, and so that's why I got it. I'm
So
also gonna
let's
get this
see.
one real quick.
No, wait, I gotta choose one. Stop getting all the good ones. You hold on, bro.
Oh, you know
Let me
what?
choose one.
So this does work if so if it I guess the person who lists it is also able to list it in Ethereum or in
Okay, so let me try this one. Just wait, stop buying all the floor ones. Just give me 1 sec to get one. So buy now for 0.002. Awesome. He listed it in that. ETH, your wallet's not verified. Click to verify. And Jesus, bro, how many? I thought Web3 was supposed to simplify all of this. Click to verify. Continue. Oh my God. I mean, it's easier to buy a house. Okay. Is it
This is
is
hilarious.
it now verified? So now
Mine's awaiting payment. It looks like ETH is
available
kind of really
is
slow on this thing. Like mine's just sitting here pending an
okay.
order.
I confirm purchase. This may take several seconds.
That's not the same one I bought, by the way, so you're good. I'm waiting on another one to
Cool.
snag.
There we go. Gas is not bad.
Why is this taking so damn long?
Yeah, it does look like. Look, it's got 3 stages to the process. I mean,
What the hell?
look, this is my first time using them. I've obviously signed up before because it had my sign up, but still, they got to make it simpler. Honestly, like really and truly, it shouldn't have to be.
Janix says, if I can't trade on OpenSea, is it really an NFT? I don't know, Janix. That's
Janix, listen to me. It is because Nifty Gateways become the place for artists. Because OpenSea is no longer enforcing royalties, or we even saw the Fewocious drop has moved to Nifty Gateway. So if you're interested in art NFTs, then you got to get on here. That's the bottom line.
I guess so.
It's
Yeah,
the same.
I like.
It's the same as if you're interested in Bitcoin, you got to get on here.
Right.
So Cade, I've got two more that I'm interested in.
Nice.
That I want to make sure that you're not busy with. I like this one over here.
Which one?
$4.38.
Nice.
I like the one you're not interested in. I like the one that have got the doodles theme. I'm saying you're not busy buying it, right?
That's not the same one I was looking at. No, I was looking at another
cool.
one that's similar, but it just says something else on the bottom. But it's a similar type of movement.
Okay. Then OpenSea. What does that even mean? Based on the average gas required to complete on OpenSea.
Bro, my thing's still awaiting payment. It's still going through.
Yeah, mine too, bro.
I don't want to buy another
No,
one.
mine's done. Mine's done.
What?
Maybe yours, because yours is credit card. My first one's done.
Did you hit speed up
No.
on gas?
Just hold on 1 second. I'm getting a warning here.
What?
Skip the website could be dangerous. Be careful.
Oh, one of my
Just
transactions.
make sure that I was where I was. Okay, I'm getting this one as well.
All right, maybe this one's not available or something anymore. It's just.
But I think you did credit card, Cade. Maybe that's why it's
No.
taking longer.
This one is for. This one is for an ETH listing, so I had to buy an Ethereum.
Okay, so I definitely got one, and now I'm getting another. I've got some Red Bull collectibles, bro, like real life ones. I just think for $4,
yep.
The first NFT that Red Bull has dropped in collab with Doodle, I'm pretty happy to have a couple of those in my wallet and just forget about them, you know. But yeah, definitely need to get better on Nifty. That was my first official purchase that you guys saw. Cade, how's yours going? You want to show us your screen and see what's going on for you?
Trying to figure out why it's just failing automatically. It's like
share your screen.
Hold on.
and I'll try to help you. Let's add to stream.
Oh, look, check. Can you see this MetaMask thing pop up? It's just connected one of my side wallet. Okay, well, it's not popping out. It's just a normal wallet, but it just says failed. Like as soon as I did it, it's like failed. Did not send the right amount. I'm like, what do you mean? All I clicked was buy. ETH.
So try another one. Maybe someone else bought it, Cade, while you were, and it wasn't me. Try find another one. So I will go back to.
It says awaiting payment, so it didn't do that last time. It just failed automatically last time.
I think that's the one I was buying, right?
Which one?
The second
No,
one.
it's different. It says toast
No,
below
it's
it.
not. No, bro. Look,
What?
it's the one. That's why it's gonna fail. That was my second one that I was. You saw me do it. It's gone through. Isn't that the same?
No, hold on. Go back. Is that the same one?
Yours is no. Yours is better. Yours is toast. Oh my god, you got a good one.
That's what I'm saying.
Nice, nice. I hope it goes through.
Yeah, I don't
Very
know.
good.
It's just sitting here doing this.
It takes a yeah, no, that's fine. It does. It takes a little bit of time. You got to just give it a
no
second.
point in speeding it up.
I don't think it's worth it.
All right.
I mean, there's a lot. There's a lot, Jefferson.
I feel like we should be picking up like 20 of these right now, and I just can't because they're too fucking slow. It's taking forever.
Okay, you're hilarious.
Ridiculous, bro. I'm trying to sweep some of these. I literally can't.
Let me see if there's any others.
Come on, Nifty.
I bought you. I mean, 13,000. Look, we've got to find a bit more out. How long is it open for? I mean, it could be open for the rest of time.
It's fucking that's pretty stupid, bro. Has anyone else used Nifty Gateway? Because this is terrible.
Yeah, they need to get it going.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Is it still pending?
Hold on, let me just see what this looks like. Sometimes when I pull this
my
up, it works. Like sometimes when I pull up the Ether scan, it'll just speed up for some reason. I don't know if that's true though, but a lot of times it'll work.
I thought it was an open edition where they were all exactly the same. You see, you see here, bro. I think there's
What?
I think there's 12,000 of this particular artwork. And that would explain the price. And then I think there's like, I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. Let's see, 12,009. No, I'm wrong. These are, because it's got the same 12,935. So I don't think there's 12,935 of each. That's number 10,036. This one's number 10,071. No, they're different artwork. That's incredible.
So
Incredible.
Okay, nice.
Yeah, that's what we were saying. It's a 13K collection. I think the art is cool, man.
Yeah, bro. I would love to have it in my fucking wallet.
You still don't have one.
Dude, nothing. Look at this. Look at the what's the word? Progress I've made.
The transaction.
It's been
okay, you're almost there.
Bro, it's been sitting here for the last forever. I'm gonna leave my mouse right here. I'm gonna leave my mouse right here. We're gonna check back in 5 minutes, see if it made any progress.
Okay, if it didn't, I'll buy you one or two that you want and I'll send them to you.
Thank you, bro. If I can buy on the credit card, it works automatically. But the second I introduce Ethereum, it was like, nah. Whatever.
It's weird.
It's fine. We'll figure it out. We can move on. I feel like I've been stuck on this for a minute now.
All right, cool. Okay. Then this is really bullish. I've always said that tickets and NFTs are a match made in heaven. We've seen Ticketmaster start embracing the technology. We've always had with big events, a percentage of those tickets are being scammed. People pretend like they're tickets, they knock them off. With blockchain, if done correctly, they could really be proper verified. And then you can have your ticket, instead of it being a stub that you collect afterwards, you have it on as an NFT. So we've seen the F1 and the Monaco Formula One. They have now launched NFTs as their tickets to get into events. So they basically, here it says, revolutionizing the world of sports by integrating blockchain technology in a groundbreaking move. They've partnered with Element, a renowned blockchain infrastructure corporation, and Barry, a leading Web3 firm, to introduce a new era of ticketing at the Monaco Grand Prix, held from May the 26th to May the 28th. The highlight of this innovative ticketing system is the issuances of NFTs as tickets. The Monaco Grand Prix is widely recognized as one of the most prestigious and significant car races globally. It's been an annual event since 1929. The introduction of NFT tickets not only grants access to the highly acclaimed race, but also offers long-lasting benefits to ticket holders. So you will get post-event privileges, including hospitality perks and discount for future races as part of the package, designed to foster brand loyalty among collectors. So we're seeing almost a Starbucks approach to some degree, where the more tickets you've bought over time, the more benefits you'll get going forward, like a loyalty plan. Yeah, man, and I just think that's great. Another massive name. I mean,
Yeah.
F1, Monaco Grand Prix, who's
Just,
saying blockchain technology is a better way of us doing ticketing than the way we were doing it before.
mm,
So again, for those people asking, what do we want? Like with blockchain, it's all a scam. I say to you, well, why the hell would F1 start integrating it as their ticketing system?
right. Yeah, totally. Also, I just snagged it, by the way. I just bought the one. I found another
Good.
one near
Let's
the same
fucking
price.
go.
I just bought it with the card. I guess I'm just not gonna buy it
Nice.
with ETH or something. I don't know. It just doesn't work. But
Weird. You saw I had to verify my wallet there. Maybe you skipped out that step, and when you're not streaming,
ah,
just go back. I don't know.
point.
But yeah,
Sure.
that was a bit weird. I don't like it when they ask for so many things. I mean, now I'm going to start to get marketing emails from Nifty. I'll just unsubscribe, I guess.
Dude, I'm
But yeah,
like
this
buying
was the biggest.
that. It's just so cheap. I'm like flying through these right now on the floor. I'm like, just bought another one. All right, sorry. Go on.
No, no problem. Just this is the biggest story of the week. I mean,
Okay.
almost every thing that I follow
Hey,
has
okay.
been saying Formula One, and it's really, really big and really cool. Then we
Cool.
got one more story. So, guys, at this time, we have answered all the questions that I've seen up to date. If there's anything else you guys want to ask us, a good time to put it in any of the chats. If you want to request to speak on Twitter Spaces, feel free. After this last story that we're going to chat about, then if anyone wants to ask anything, you're welcome. We'll do a Q&A. If not, maybe Cade and I will do a bit of live chat, and then we'll end it off.
Oh
How
yeah.
does that sound, Cade?
Oh yeah, baby. Sounds good.
Cool. So, Cristiano Ronaldo is launching an NFT collection with Binance. So this has been in the making for a while. We know that Ronaldo has been the face of Binance for quite a while. So with Binance now coming into NFTs, it was almost an obvious sort of guess that they would do an NFT with him. Um, I've got mixed feelings. Obviously, everyone knows Ronaldo. I really like Ronaldo. I mean,
Mhm.
amazing what he's achieved. I just have seen so many big names come into the NFT space, drop a collection, and the floor price is 0.000 because
Yep.
these guys have got better things to do with their time than actually deliver any real value to NFT holders that be in discords and chats and things like that. It's
Mhm.
usually done for them. The only real celebrity that so far has sort of done well is Donald Trump, really, which is quite funny.
Oh,
But yeah, man, I mean, at the end of the day, he's launched this collection. Um, the rarest one sold for $22,000. It's been launched exclusively on the Binance NFT side of things. And yeah, just going to be interesting. Is this another case of a celebrity that is going to come try and do a cash grab and then leave? Or are we actually going to see some value here, which we may? You never know.
mhm.
I just always say to you, Kate, that like a guy with Ronaldo, like Ronaldo, I mean, his reputation is everything.
Yep.
Why screw that up for $1 million that he might raise here? When you've got $1 billion in the bank, why throw your reputation away? And that's the logic that makes everyone think in the beginning that these things will do well. And we've just seen time and time again that these guys just don't care and they leave. So I
Right.
don't know what to think of this. I hope Ronaldo is different and ends up being a good one. Yeah, but going to be interesting to see what happens over here.
I think with a situation like that, dude, I don't think they think of it like that. I don't think they like. I'm pretty sure. Well, I don't know, but based on like a few movies I've seen, and then the fact that I guess I know a few people who like operate in a way where they have like an assistant who manages everything for them, and they kind of just like give them stuff. Like they're like, yo, yeah, you're gonna shoot a commercial next week for this company. Like show up here at 4 o'clock. Like that's just kind of how it is. And I wonder if it's sort of like that. They're like, yo, Ronaldo, you're gonna do this digital thing, digital collectible. Don't worry about it. Just show up, do this. They're gonna make it. You're gonna make this much money. Go ahead. It's just one of your obligations. And I feel like it's more like that. So I don't know like how much they're into it and how much they even weigh out, you know,
I think they're making a mistake because, like, we've seen it with Logan Paul. Someone mentioned him in the chat, and we've seen that it has affected his reputation, and he's in legal trouble now.
Yeah.
And I think, I watched an interview with the Wall Street Journal and Elon Musk that happened about a week ago. It was very interesting. And if you haven't watched it, I suggest that anyone does, because Elon is a very fascinating guy. And the one thing that he said that was really incredible to me, he said the one thing that he's got a part-time assistant, part-time, okay? Remember, this is a guy that's running 3 massive companies, Twitter, SpaceX, Tesla, and is working on X now, which is an AI company, and they're doing a million things. I mean, flying all around the world every day.
Yep.
He's got a part-time assistant, and he says he schedules all of his time himself. Because for him, his time is the most valuable thing, and he wants to be the one who schedules his time. And I found that incredible because, I know guys like mates and family of mine that are, obviously nowhere near Elon Musk level, but, average middle to higher class that have full-time assistants that schedule everything for them.
Right.
And here you got the busiest, richest man in the entire world. I mean, okay, at any day, maybe he's not the richest at the moment or whatever, but he's saying he schedules his time for himself. So what made me think of that is, I'm saying Ronaldo over here, surely, just like Elon Musk is saying his time is his most valuable asset because he's got all the money in the world. Surely guys who are public figures like Ronaldo, their reputation is one of their most valuable assets, and they should have the same interest in the things they do that can affect that as Elon Musk does with his time and things that affect that, right? And that's just what made me think of all of that. So I would find it very strange to think that they're just going to say, oh yeah, here's a thing where you'll make $1 million, and not give him a full picture of the fact that he might be called a scammer in public and, or whatever it may be. So I don't know. I'm not sure.
Yeah, true. It's a good point. Really good point.
So that's where we're at, man. I don't know if there's anyone who wants to ask us anything. Cade, if there's anything you want to chat about.
From Devin.
We answered it. So when you had to take your phone call, we answered it and you agreed with the value of the future of NFTs really was the question.
Oh, right.
And I think also through the stories that we've spoken about also, I think we did answer that. I've got a question for you, Cade. Right. Who was the phone call from?
Phone call was from Amazon. They just kept calling me. They were like, I think they had a few other people's orders and they just were like, we cannot, we don't want to come back. And they just called me 8 times in a row. And I was like, holy shit.
Do we have our pudgy penguins yet? Oh, they haven't come yet. All right. No, I've been getting, we don't yet have Amazon in South Africa, but they are coming. They're building a big facility here. The company that we have here that does the same thing is Takealot. So they're big. They're owned by Naspers. I don't know if you know them, but Naspers is a huge public company listed on the international and American Stock Exchange. They're owned by Naspers. They're really, really big, and they're as good from what I can understand. I can order something now, and it will be delivered to me tomorrow if it says next day delivery on the site. What I've noticed a lot, so I buy a lot from them, and what I've noticed, because they're also cheaper. They don't have retail stores that are so expensive and whatever. So it says 3-pack of glue. So glue 3-pack for 50 Rand. So I buy it, and when it comes, it's 1. It's not 3. And then I have to contact them. Now 50 Rand is nothing. It's what? $3. I've got to think to myself, is it worth even doing the return? Because you can do the return. They'll come collect it. They'll refund me. But it's just not worth it. But the second time in the last week where it's supposed to be a pack of 5 or 10 or 3 or whatever, where it's just a single one that gets delivered instead, even though I paid for a pack of 5 or 10 or whatever it may be. It's just pissing me off.
Damn. That's very interesting. Sorry, hold on. There was something I saw in the chat a second ago that I was gonna mention super quick.
Yeah, go have a look at it.
Hold on. It wasn't something someone said. It was something that they said that made me think of something. Hold on.
So guys, if you haven't already, please like and subscribe. A reminder that from next week, the show will be broadcast same time, 9:30 p.m. CEST, but on Saturdays, not on Fridays anymore. Going forward, every week is going to be from Saturdays. If you haven't already, Cade says I must ask you to like and subscribe. I absolutely hate doing it. I wouldn't do it if it wasn't for Cade.
Maybe.
Well, they'll subscribe anyway if they enjoy it. I don't know why we have to ask them.
Say that, except number two. Most people just forget.
Cade, I saw a tweet from you, and I'm seeing some new rings. Why don't you tell us a bit about your rings?
So I got the Joyish Kingdom. Oh, sorry, hold on. I got the.
No, they focused. They did focus, but now they're not.
On this finger here, I have the faces. Hold on. I'm trying to angle it so you can see that with the light.
Let me remove me and see.
Damn it! Why can't I just focus it? That's faces. Very cool, and that's actually his artwork right there. And this one on my ring finger. Yeah. That's Joyish Kingdom signature. Come on, focus.
That's cool, man. What metal is it made of? Silver.
Yep. Yeah, it's solid stuff. These are both really good rings. It's actually made by the same manufacturer. I hit up the guy who made this ring and I said, "Yo, link me up with them. I need to make one too."
Would you consider adding it to your collection of merch that you sell? Like maybe not the exact same ones,
but do custom stuff like that. The thing is, things like that are all separate, and I need to figure out a way to make a custom template like that and be able to link it to my Shopify. But the goal is to be able to do that. Yeah, for rings, I want to have certain jewelry. Like there's certain jewelry that I like. I want to make a practical bracelet that is like, I'm not sure. Like I like having something on my wrist, but I feel like most bracelets just aren't it. So I got to figure out a way to make it. But there are a few things I want to do like that. But anyways, I have the mushroom ring on my thumb.
Yeah.
And then
are the glasses manufacturing coming along?
They're not coming along, dude. Honestly, I kind of forgot about that as I started jumping into the trading. It's just not top priority right now because I have like I restocked and bought the rest that were in the inventory that I think exist. So I've got like 8 left over right now.
The same ones.
If I just glue this part, if I take this off and then I glue it back on, it stays like good. And so I was like, okay, these should actually last a long time. So just buy me a little bit of extra time to before I get back into it. But anyways, here's my question. So with Ordinals so the first 10 million were inscribed. Are the Ordinals now not being inscribed at all?
No, they are. They still are.
Every NFT ever on Bitcoin will be inscribed into Bitcoin.
My understanding is yes. And I'm pretty confident, like 99% sure.
If that's really true, then that's what scares me is like Bitcoin's going to pull an ETH where Ethereum's like, oh, wait, we can't actually enforce smart contracts. We can't actually enforce royalties. And that will like put a huge dent in NFTs. And we're like, fuck, we didn't know that. Like, I'm worried that's going to happen in like 8 months. Bitcoin's going to be like, yo, I know we all thought this 8 months ago, and that's why everyone got in, but it's actually not the case. And now Bitcoin.
But the 10 million so far have been. If and that can't be reverted, that's permanent from my understanding. Look, I mean, who knows? So let's just say now they say, hold on, we're not doing it anymore. Then you're not going to buy them anymore because they're not official ordinals, right? Yeah. As you said, the definition of ordinal is that it's on there. But just to put into perspective again, there's 100 million satoshis per one Bitcoin. So even the 10 million is not even, it's like 0.1 of a Bitcoin so far. But in theory, it means that there's a limited supply because there's only ever going to be 21 million Bitcoin, which is a shitload of NFTs. That's like 210 billion NFTs if every single Bitcoin ever owned became a NFT.
Right.
And I might be out by a couple of zeros either way.
Here, let me, can I share my screen real quick? Will you pull it up?
Yeah, sure.
I was going to just show you guys the NFTs. I picked up a few. I picked up 9. Because I was like, this to me is a decent investment. Because I'm like, if these run at all, bro, like, and I wouldn't be surprised if a Red Bull is able to pump it for some reason. Either way, it's cool. But I wanted to just make sure I got a fair few of them. The ones that look really, like this one's really unique right here.
Make it bigger.
It's really cool. I love this one. So I made sure to snag one of these. They're like, I mean, it's like anywhere from $5 to $10, bro. Like I just can't help it.
Yeah, man.
It's just such a huge ROI for the risk you're taking, which is like nothing here. Make sure to grab one of these. This one's pretty sweet. And then this one's also one of my favorites. This one that you saw. That one's good. I feel like this one would run if this project.
I liked it. I got the same one, but mine doesn't say toast, and toast makes it even better.
I got 2 of them. Definitely grab
I like it.
This one's sick, dude. I freaking love this one.
And now you got me looking at more of them.
I know, bro. What's his name? Evergreen. Evergreen. I see you in Spaces, bro. He also responded into our tweet and he posted a screenshot. He actually bought one as well. He bought, which one is that? Very cool. Very cool. If you guys are in Twitter Spaces, if you go to that bottom right icon, right before you hit that retweet button for me, scroll down a little bit and you'll see Evergreen's NFT that he bought. Would love to know if you guys end up snagging these. These are just cool. I'm a collector and I love art.
I just picked up another one.
Oh, you bought one too. Let's go.
I got this one's really also unique, man. I mean, it's not yet gone through, but I'll share my screen. It's going through.
The sales
hopefully.
go through instantly when you buy with a credit card. With ETH, for me, it's just not working. It's stolen all my money so far. I've lost $15 now on 3
Check
Ls.
how cool this is, bro. It's like it's proper art in the background and different to most of what you see from Burnt Toast, which is what I like. And then it's just got the doodle in there. So I like that one. It's actually got the Joyage compass.
Oh shit, dude! They copied me, bro.
Okay, I don't.
Bro, I'm suing them. Guys, this is unbelievable. Red Bull is ripping off the Joyous Kingdom right now. This is unbelievable.
Okay.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, look, I mean, look, at the end of the day, yeah, I agree with you. I think even if it goes nowhere, I'm happy to hold these. I've got quite a cool, I didn't realize I was still showing my screen. I'm closing tabs. I got quite a cool Red Bull, not quite a cool, very cool Red Bull stand. So like one that would have been in a store. It's like double the height of me and it's got shelving. And I got a really cool Red Bull fridge that would have been in a shop or whatever where they sell Red Bulls. So yeah, man, I like Red Bull stuff and this just adds on to it. But again, for $4 or $5, I think it's cool to have.
I agree 100%.
So my project now is I've created my Bitcoin Ordinal account and I'm watching Ordinals more on Magic Eden. I'm interested in them. I'm starting to see that the collections of 10,000 are minting up, 4xing immediately, and it's reminding me of ETH days. And if that continues, I'm gonna get into this a bit more. I've always been bullish on them. And yeah, I find it very interesting to see it playing out again. Now I know all the things I learned from when I started on ETH when I knew nothing. So yeah,
dude. What if this play we just made ends up being like super fucking like this thing pumps tomorrow kind of thing? Could you imagine? It's like tomorrow we wake up, it's trending, NFT morning shows going, guys, fucking. We all should have seen it coming, bro. Red Bull just collaborate with the Doodles artists. How did we not see this coming? And then we come out and we go, we bought 9 on stream, baby. We're selling this for $100,000 profit in 24 hours. It's not gonna happen, but maybe we'll put that energy out there, guys. If you agree and you think that should happen, let me get some desk taps, desk hits. If you agree with me.
What have we got? Your Crypto Dream Q&A. Yes, it is Q&A. Welcome. Anyone's welcome. Oi, Cade. Dying to know from Philip, how do you retain wealth with inflation you're experiencing? Yeah, look, I mean, we're not Zimbabwe. I've got, I don't know my wallet here. I've got a note from Zimbabwe, money, a note that's 100 billion Zimbabwean dollars, Jesus. Which is worth like 50 cents, right? That's how bad inflation got in Zimbabwe, that they were printing notes that were hundreds of billions of dollars. Yep. Okay. And you would need 10 of those to buy a loaf of bread or whatever it was. So we're not experiencing that in South Africa. In the last 3 months, we've had a 25% inflation, which is massive to the dollar. And the dollar's been actually quite weak. So you can imagine. Now, the main reason for that is the electricity crisis in this country that's been going on for about 20 years has really never been worse. We used to have a couple of weeks in winter that would maybe be like this. This year, I don't think we've had one day that there hasn't been load shedding this entire year so far. Not one day. So this is the worst it's ever been. Now, without electricity, obviously manufacturers and things like that can't manufacture, and production just goes down. The economy loses literally hundreds of millions of dollars a day. or hundreds of millions of rands a day, not dollars. So that is mostly what led to it. And there was we spoke about a bit of the FUD around Russia, but who knows there? That's neither here nor there. So what I've been doing for a very long time, first of all, I do have people that are a lot cleverer than me managing my wealth and advising me. And what I've been doing for maybe 15 years is taking money out and converting it into dollars and investing it in the S&P 500 and NASDAQ. So, and it doesn't matter what the exchange rate is. Every year I take a certain amount out, and I have been doing this for a very long time. And that keeps me in dollars, and I'm earning dividends in dollars and all the rest of it. And that really, really helps. And yeah, so that's something that I do, and something that I would advise if you do have extra and you're able to, is to move out every single year a certain amount or whatever you can, and legally allowed to, and declare it properly, but move it out so that you've got it in a currency like dollars or euros or pounds or whatever it may be.
Oh, yeah.
So that's an answer to.
I will not answer mine because I don't have that kind of wealth yet. I'm still grinding, but I do have an announcement that's pretty lit. Phil, do you mind sharing my screen?
Yeah, sure. I just want to say, Cade, that when I was at your stage, neither did I. So don't feel bad at all.
So I made this tweet yesterday and I realized, oh shit, why is it blowing up? There's like 34,000 views on it, bunch of engagement. And then I looked at my notifications, bro. Oh shit. Mr. Gary V himself with the follow.
Following you.
Nice,
man.
Fucking epic. He retweeted it.
So he obviously recognized you from VCon.
Yeah, bro.
That's so cool, my brother.
Because I'm on his page. Look at this. I'm on his page because he just retweeted it like yesterday or something like that. And that's when I noticed because I was like, so Jesus Christ, this thing's got crazy engagement. So yeah, that was fucking awesome. I feel like I've posted so much content from VCon that I feel like I earned it. Like I remember a week ago, I remember thinking to myself, I was like, damn, bro, I've posted like at least 30 bits of content, full video, like solid video content from VCon, like really, really fucking like kind of shilling them almost, you know, because I had such a good time. And I was like, damn, I can't believe Gary hasn't seen a single one of these things. I was like, I posted a good bit, and like some of them have like popped off a little bit, got tons of views.
So, Cade, why don't you go onto that particular tweet and comment your video with you meeting Gary on that tweet? Like, use that exposure.
Ooh,
so really pump some comments, like a link to your video of you meeting him, right? Your YouTube. Yeah. Financial advice.
You need to put the Web3 show on that, bro. What do you mean?
Yeah, I'd rather you push you. I know what it means to you.
Thank you, bro. Yeah, no, I think I am gonna do that right now. Did you see my TikTok video that I posted? I didn't post it on TikTok. I posted it on TikTok.
I don't watch TikTok.
I posted it on Twitter, and it was about Zagabond. And I said, POV Zagabond if Azuki ever goes below 1 ETH again. And it was like a meme.
And then it's him running or something.
No. Well, yeah, kind of, but here, I'll show you. All right, I'm gonna. Ready?
Yeah.
So POV if Zagabond ever, POV Zagabond if Azuki ever goes below 1 ETH floor. I'm gonna play the video with sound.
You must continue your journey without me.
What are you?
Yeah, look, I mean, I know we both feel the same way, but still, he's definitely doing good stuff with Azuki. He really is.
That's so funny, bro. Oh God.
Well, guys, I thank you so much for joining us. I'm sorry to say it again, but a reminder next week from Saturdays, guys. So Saturday, 9:30 p.m. CEST, same time, but Saturdays. Saturdays is when it's going to be. I don't know. Do you like Sizzling Saturday, or do you think we can think of something better?
I feel like we could. Well, let's brainstorm. There's no reason to make a decision right now. We'll be back Saturday, guys. Be back Saturday, or just make sure. How about this? Make sure if you guys are watching this video stream, find us on Twitter. These are our Twitters. I mean, Philip is just Philip Kalinko. Mine's Cade Bergman. Follow us on Twitter. We'll be posting the updates, and definitely the couple days leading before, we'll be making sure you guys remember that's not Friday, it's on Saturday. And we also post way more like frequent updates. Like I'm tweeting multiple times a day. So if you guys want to keep up with what's going on, who we're interviewing, what we're talking about throughout the week, snippets from the show, Philip is always posting them. I'm always retweeting them. So if you don't have time, or you think you missed something, I saw Devin miss the Red Bull segment. So I'm sure that'll be part of it.
I always make it its own segment. The other thing is, if you think of something cool, 2 S's, something Saturdays, like Freestyle Friday it used to be, please comment it. Give us some ideas. We'd love it.
Saturday, bro.
Sexy Saturday. We'll see.
No, I'm kidding. That's that would be cool.
No, we'll see. Okay, thank you for joining us. Thank you, guys. What you find?
Oh, I found. So I'm gonna put this video, the Gary Vee video that he retweeted. I'm gonna quote tweet it, and I'm gonna say, I'm just gonna tag.
Do your other video there.
Yeah.
Guys, thank you for joining us. Keep well, keep kind. We'll see you here next week, Saturday, same time, but different day. Lots of love. Cheers, guys. Thank you for joining us.
Thanks for being here.
Bye.